We got a picture here. Actually, we're gonna hopefully you guys will be able to see it here. So
I can't see myself.
he wanted.
Okay, let's see. Here's his bed. He's got himself a Spider-Man bed. Oh, can you guys see that? Yeah.
Oh, it's kind of blurry, but they may be able to see that.
Yeah,
Maybe a
he
little
got a
blurry.
matching set. Here's him. He said, wait. I got to get in the bed. So, so he's in there. And, well, before he was sleeping in, we had a crib that converted into like a toddler bed. And so he's been sleeping in that for obviously till he's been 4.
Yeah.
And, it wasn't very comfortable because the mattress was like meant for babies, so it's like that harder plastic, so like there's no suffocation and all that type of thing.
Yeah.
And so he's like, my bed is not comfortable, and so he would come down and sleep in our bed, and oh my goodness, he would just kick you, and he would like he does this thing where he'll sleep so close to you, so then you're like afraid.
Yeah, exactly.
And so anyway, so we were like, we got to get this little baby his own bed.
So he's got a full size mattress. Oh, is it a full?
Yep.
Yeah, so full. So.
Yeah, that's what we got Anaya when she was a baby, and because that's how I taught her how to sleep on her own. Got her full so I could lay down with her till she went to sleep, and so he, Anaya always used a pacifier, and if she woke up and the pacifier wasn't in her mouth, she'd be crying, and you're searching on the floor, like trying to find this pacifier. Mm-hmm. And Elijah's he never really relied on a pacifier, but he likes to be rocked to sleep. And our rocking chair broke. I mean, it's had 4 years of rocking every single night, and even more when he's a baby. So like, we gotta get this kid a big enough bed, and we gotta, get him
on the right track.
Right. So anyway,
while I'm getting some of this stuff opened up, do you want to talk about some of the things we're going to do next week?
Yeah. So I should talk about the change, right?
September, yeah.
Okay.
So
in September,
or you?
Well, I mean, you just told me to share, so I'm just getting clarification here. I'm just trying to do what the boss said.
Boss. I'm the boss all of a sudden.
So you're gonna go ahead or what?
So September, we're going to they're gonna kind of condense some of the corporate calls. So coming September, the millennial call, the hair call, and I believe the doctor call is one. We're gonna be
all the calls, yeah, like those weekly calls.
Yeah, all the weekly calls. They're gonna announce the times and the days, but there's just gonna be like some shifts, some different times for the calls, just to condense them. We have a lot of different ones throughout the week, and so September we're gonna be going into just a different schedule.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll definitely be announced here. So next week it was your idea, so I think you should definitely.
I get to talk about my idea now. Finally, thank you. So we want you guys to so next week will be kind of our last typical weekly call. So we want to do kind of something special, and we want to play a game and kind of like give off some prizes. And so we want to play bingo. And what that's going to entail is that you guys, if you guys could just email us at support, because we checked that box at Wakana, support@Wakana, you can just email us, tell us that you want a bingo card sent to you. And we'll actually send you the bingo cards. Mm-hmm. And you can do one of two things. You could print it off if you have a printer, or if you have like a tablet or something, even if really on the computer, you could still like pull it up, as long as you could somehow mark it or whatever. You could still play bingo regardless. Yeah. So you don't have to print it, but it would just be a randomized bingo card. Nobody would have the same card. Mm-hmm. So that would be a lot of fun too. Yeah. And
there will be prizes too.
Yeah, so we'll just do our kind of usual music, calling out bingo numbers. We're thinking like, prizes, maybe tinctures, gummies, like whatever, pre-rolls, something like that.
Right. Is it because I'm not sure what days we're gonna be on in September, but you guys will definitely be the first to know as soon as which we should know that by next week. I would say what days we're gonna be doing the millennial call next month. So that's exciting. Just
Mm-hmm.
um and other than that, I mean, same thing for the other calls, the hair call, everything is kind of nothing's getting canceled or nothing like that. It's just kind of gonna get a little bit more condensed and more like so that way it
Maybe
just
more like then you could have like you send out your invitations
mm-hmm,
for like whatever, I don't know, this night we're going to have this call, but you would
mm-hmm.
be well prepared to be able to get your people on,
Right,
and
right,
then it'd
right.
be good participation and
Sure.
things like that. So you know,
Yeah, yeah.
so anyway, so I hope that you guys think that would be kind of fun to play bingo. I actually am looking extremely forward to it.
Yeah.
I already was like, I think I know exactly what we should do. It'd be so much fun. So yeah, if you can just shoot us an email at, because then we'll have, if you do that, we'll have your email address, and then we'll know where to send the bingo cards.
Mhm.
Um,
And we'll have a couple different prize options actually. So I got a couple ideas.
mm-hmm.
We're gonna
Okay.
it'll be what kind of products, but it'll be complimentary prizes. I know Lewis is gonna want to know the pre-rolls are definitely gonna be one of those options. So my brother, you gotta get that bingo card, and then hopefully you can win some pre-rolls next week. And the gummies for sure is another thing. I don't know if the vapes will be, but I do know for sure gummies, pre-rolls, and then some of the essential oils. But we'll have like we'll have it all together by then before we.
Yeah, we'll send, when we decide, we can send you guys out something to for sure say what the prizes will be, and
Mm,
if you want to invite anybody to join, then you would just tell them the same thing. Just email us at what kind of so
and you
support
could
at what
even,
kind
if you wanted to, even because it may make it a little bit um like just let them know there'll be prizes, because then it's like, okay, I can, if people get competitive, even though bingo is a game of chance. I'm competitive with bingo still. I know it's not nothing that I necessarily did besides look and match the numbers, but it's fun, you know.
Yeah,
I like that.
yeah,
I like that
exactly.
idea. That was a great, brilliant idea. I'm trying to pull up this PowerPoint here, but it is giving me a run for my
We don't
money.
need it. We know it by heart, don't we?
Yeah, we do actually. But the pictures are the thing though. Like you can
Oh,
know the
that's me.
slide. Yeah, you know, I like the visual. You know, some of us are visual learners.
Yeah.
Not I am. Let's see. Here we go.
Don't want to work for you.
I think we got it now. Here we go. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So I am going to share my screen here. Tammy said she sent her request. Awesome.
I got it.
Good.
Yeah. Yeah, so I will I'll send that to you after our call, Tammy, so then I can keep track. But yeah, you should be able to just pull it up. It'll come with like a link,
Hmm.
and you'll be able to click the link, and then it should be able to give you like your customized bingo card. And then yeah, like I said, it's up to you whether you want to print it or just have it on a tablet or whatever. Because ultimately, when we're playing bingo, I guess it would depend on how many people are on the line. But then we would just get, like you would just say the numbers back to us, so we would be able to check that we did all those bingos. But
I'm putting the email in the chat from Mr. Lewis. He said via email, right? Oh,
you're about to spell it wrong.
left out an N there. There we go. Got it.
Okay.
Toki Wheeler. I like that. And I love that profile picture, by the way, too. Black Vegeta, the blue flag and everything on top. That's tight.
You hand me that pen.
Yeah. There you go. You gonna write that email down?
Yeah.
She's writing your email down before I start this. Yep, Gmail.
Okay.
Got it. Melody just popped in too, so she's connecting the audio now. Okay, she's connected. So we definitely want to fill her in about the plans for next week.
Yeah, definitely. So we just want to give you a quick rundown. What we just got done talking about was next week. So we're still going to have our millennial call, but they want to kind of change up the schedule in September. And so hopefully next week they'll let us know exactly what our like next available call and stuff so we can announce that. But next week we want to have a lot of fun and we want to play games and let Terry do his DJ thing because that's what he is in his alternate career life personality as a DJ. And we're going to play bingo. So if you can just email support at Wakana, then and just say you want a bingo card, you want to play the bingo on Thursday, then we're going to email you a link and it's just going to give you a bingo card that's like completely different from everybody else's. And we're going to play bingo and have prizes.
Yeah, we'll have prizes.
Have a really good time.
I know for sure vapes, gummies,
certain.
I'm sorry. Pre-rolls.
I was like, look, Tammy, you already decided.
Pre-rolls, gummies, and then some of the essential oils. So we have to ask about the vapes to see if we can do that.
Yeah.
But I know those 3 are definitely a go, but we'll know what everything else will be.
Yeah. Then. Yeah. So we can send you guys a email later on, either the weekend or maybe Monday or something when we will find out, and we'll let you guys know for sure what
he said about to say.
I sure did catch that too. I was like, oh, okay.
That's funny. He's
gonna go ahead and put that out there.
Definitely. I'm going to get into this video here and we will be right back momentarily. The kids are quiet, so I'm gonna go check on them while this plays.
While so many industries struggled during the pandemic, the CBD industry grew over 30%. Welcome to Wakana. We offer natural and organically grown CBD products backed by our 30-day bottom-of-the-bottle guarantee. Our proprietary blends contain more than 15 essential oils like black seed and turmeric, which help in creating the ultimate entourage effect. We provide a certificate of analysis on all of our CBD-infused products. These tests are conducted by one of the top ISO labs in Florida to ensure quality and potency inside of every batch. We are one of the few companies in the world who conduct full panel testing to confirm our ingestible products are free of pesticides, mold, and other dangerous compounds. The foundation of Wakana is based on 4 pillars, including health, wealth, legacy, and freedom. According to the current CBD market, there is a tremendous opportunity for you to launch your own dispensary with Wakana. You can retail products online, earning from 20 to 50% of the commissionable volume. By launching an online dispensary, you can win the loyalty of your customers by offering the hottest products like edibles, flower, hair care, tinctures, and topicals. Wakana isn't just a company. We are a movement. During the pandemic, we grew over 100% and expanded our headquarters from 1,000 to over 5,500 square feet. We have over 10,000 customers and a 5-star online rating from our satisfied customers and distributors. So what are you waiting for? Start partnering with one of the fastest growing and most reputable CBD companies in the world. Wakana, the crown jewel of CBD.
It just made sense to me. It was more so about teaching people a more natural way to be healthy.
We had the opportunity not only to just get the 40 acres, but also get the mule.
In the waters where the sharks and piranha swim. Remember, couldn't see the sky, it was kind of dim. I never broke, I ain't got that kind of skin. They never shook, back for the crown again, royalty. If you got the time, we're gonna talk about loyalty.
I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis at age 17, and now at age 51, I'm finally getting the relief that I need from my arthritis.
I went and played golf this year, and normally when I play for the first time after 18 holes, I'm really sore. I took my Impranium in the morning. I used some of the pain cream, on my knees, and it's like I hadn't played at all.
Well, Wakana isn't just a company, even though you can say it is a company, but we really formed this from the beginning to be a movement. We knew that the cannabis industry really had not catered to those who, unfortunately, were the victims of the war on drugs, and that was minorities, African Americans. And so in starting Wakana, it was really giving birth to an idea that we as African Americans, we as minorities, we as Black and brown people could absolutely play a big role in this. So we see this as a company, a movement that will absolutely revolutionize and change the cannabis industry and help impact minorities all around the world.
They actually weren't doing nothing and they were behaving.
While so many
Being
industries
little angels. Just like I knew. I just had to make sure.
Just like you knew.
Yeah. So I have a recommendation here for somebody. Maybe you all like these, maybe not. Who here likes pistachios? Just out of curiosity. Because if you do, all right, I got. You can. Y'all may have had this. I may be late, but this brand here. Okay, I'm telling you, this is the. Like sometimes like we're snackers. Like we like to not necessarily snack throughout the whole day because you want to give your digestive system time to rest and intermittent fast and whatnot. But sometimes when you're on the go, it's good to have like healthy alternatives and different type of snacks. And I never liked pistachios, but one day we got these chili roasted. And I'm telling you, like if you ever come across these somewhere, just give them a try. Trust me, you will not be disappointed. There are no shells whatsoever. I do, but I can't eat them. I see. Yep, a lot of people that I can't remember what blood type doesn't do pistachios. But that's definitely something to consider. If it's not in your blood type approved list, then for sure. But hopefully some of y'all, other people on here, hopefully y'all don't. Okay, A, I see. See, I don't know anybody that is A besides my mom.
Dr.
Actually,
Rita.
Dr. Rita, that's right. Dr. Rita's A, and then you're B positive. I'm O. So yeah, A is a very like plant, like really like strictly plant based. You know what I'm saying? Like you really gotta like really sensitive to a lot of things, for real.
Yeah, but I guess it was funny because when we were having lunch with my family, kind of, I guess you'd say, I don't know, but the wife is A, and she's like, I've always said that I could just be fine and live off of vegetables and be no big deal. And her husband was O, and he's like, I have to eat meat. And I'm like, is what it is. Anyway, so it definitely, I think it's like also a part of you, because I feel like I definitely like my vegetables. Like I'll like literally have always been like, I definitely like either want to eat a salad or some kind of cooked vegetables. I have never, I don't feel like, Maybe if I was little, but I've always loved vegetables.
I see.
So
I've always not, and I don't say that in a negative way because I love them now. They've really grown on me, but I've always been such a meat eater. That's why it's different for me doing this, because if Tariq can be plant-based, then anybody can. I dang near feel like a werewolf could be plant-based if I could be plant-based, because I was the most like meat-eating person but I actually, what I've realized is as long as I get my protein and whatnot, like I'm eating enough beans, I'm eating enough dark leafy green vegetables. But that's one thing I honestly, if I can be transparent, I still struggle with getting my dark green leafy vegetables, stuff like spinach and kale. But as long as I'm getting a good enough protein in my I do some tofu and then a wide variety of beans and whatnot, then I usually feel fantastic. But gotta get those I have to just eat real rounded. I can't. She could probably eat a salad every day, all day. Like, I can't do that. I gotta have some variety. Let's see what we got in here.
Well,
mushrooms, cauliflower, great. Yeah, man, I'm telling you, that mushroom is one of my favorite substitutes. Honestly, we made that lasagna again tonight. That we made that on a call one time, and
it turned out. I feel like the lasagna this time turned out better than any time I've ever made it. I think it was absolutely the best. Like, I had to pat myself on the back. It was phenomenal. I was like, oh my goodness, I did it.
Yeah, it turned out great. Sweet potato, man. You're right on point. Sweet potato, it's like we did sweet potato tacos on here too. So yeah, sweet potatoes, fantastic substitute. Especially there's a lot of people that can't really do tofu. And then even if you can, that's not something you want to always do to get your protein. So it definitely is good to do your beans, your mushrooms, your sweet potatoes. Just eat, a good variety and not get so stuck on just one thing, But yeah, that lasagna, we have actually just enough for another meal tomorrow, so I was happy about that. Have some
yeah, not to have to cook every day.
Yeah, exactly. That's one thing I noticed about being plant-based. We cook more food, but there's always like leftovers, and they're very filling. We're not constantly running to the store to get more meat, and because when it's like the center of your diet, then you really like kind of sell yourself short. Because I noticed I wasn't really eating a big variety of food before this, and now it's like I eat so many things that I never would even imagine myself liking.
Well, we took our kids to their like yearly checkup, and they're asking about how do they do with food, and I think that's an interesting question because like Elijah, when he was a baby, ate anything and everything that we put in front of him, and now he's just like, he likes it one minute, doesn't the next, and is throwing a huge fit about it. Like the lasagna, he took a bite and was like, that's good. And then he wanted to watch TV. That was kind of the problem. So he was like not really trying to eat. He wanted to watch TV. And so he can be a lot like pickier and hard and difficult when it comes to mealtime. And Anaya is much more like, now she used to be really picky, but now she'll at least try things. But it's actually good to see like that they're changing in that direction to be more adventurous. Elijah will get there.
Yeah,
he's just going through a phase.
Oh yeah, going through a 2-year phase. It's been going on for about 2 years, but it's a phase.
Oh, I was like 2, he's 4.
Been going on for 2 years, but it's definitely a phase he'll come out of one day. So,
but we're kind of like that too, like we all go through phases, and we just have to be patient with each other and ourselves. Like, it's okay, as long as we keep trying things and keep doing our best.
That's true. Yeah, he actually got tricked into liking mushrooms to an extent, because he was about to take a bite of one, and his sister was like, he was like, I don't like mushrooms, I don't like these. And his sister was like, yeah, you do. He was like, I do. Oh, okay. And then he ate it and he was like, that's good. I love mushrooms. It's like, you see, it's all in it. It's all in their head. Like it's all in the mind.
Yeah, poor
Yeah.
guy.
I don't know. He's slightly misunderstood. Let's see. So we all, I hope we all know what we represent as a movement, and that we exist to help end the negative stigma that has caused communities around the world to suffer and lose out on the health and wealth benefits of the cannabis plant.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about that. Let's just get maybe some crowd participation with this. Like, do you feel like the time that you've been in Wakana, have you been able to like share with others easier? Has it been even like for yourself, like as for a learning aspect, like what changes have come to you mentally learning about this? Because I feel like the movement is really education, right? Because if we think negatively about cannabis, then we're either trying to like stay totally away. Our friends don't want to have anything to do with it. Everybody thinks it's bad, or so to speak, and it's really preventing you from the benefit. And it's like, if you have now you've had the benefit of it, how does that go between your interactions between people that maybe feel opposite? Like, I don't know, because I think for us personally, it depends on the age a lot of the time. Sometimes, because it's like sometimes it's like there's hesitation. And it was funny because somebody that we were really close to suffers from like chronic pain, and so they're like, I've been curious about it, but I just also am unsure. And so it's like, even when you kind of discuss all the benefits of it, like the hesitancy, but is the hesitancy, once you try it and you see how good it is, then maybe the hesitancy goes away? Maybe it's just purely out of the unknown, or your mind just can't get over the fact that cannabis is quote unquote bad, like because maybe it's been drilled into you. Those are things I'm kind of curious about.
Yeah, that unlearning hurdle is something for many people, actually. As a multiple sclerosis patient, I learned for sure. I definitely, like, Lewis has one of the most powerful testimonies that I've ever heard, with not even just in Wakana, but the cannabis platform just in general. I had no idea that the pre-rolls, literally the pre-rolls, could be that effective in, like, in stopping such a horrific thing from happening to your body. And here I was suffering from anxiety and whatnot, and I'm thinking, I was amazed by that. So then it's like, as I see more and more people that suffer with things that are much different than mine, it really kind of points to just as we talk about the endocannabinoid system, how CBD works and how it really supplements different parts of the body the way it's supposed to do. And it really is crazy to see, like, walking, living testimonies of people that really actually, like, they have witnessed that themselves. It's definitely cool. And I think some of it has to do with trust. When somebody you trust is doing something that they're seeing results from it, and it kind of breaks a little bit of the ice. You can be a little bit anxious about it, but it's kind of like I don't know, being fearful of a roller coaster or something, and then you get on it, and then you're like, man, that was a lot of fun. You get right back on it, because nothing happened. And I think the same thing can be when it comes to just unlearning things that we kind of were taught incorrectly about. Sometimes it's hard to accept something that we were taught incorrectly, even if we know it was incorrect teaching. Like maybe our parents, or maybe our teacher, people that we trust, you may have taught us a certain type of way, and out of respect and out of trust, it's not really distrust from the next person that's just trying to enlighten you. Is more so I kind of say maybe like loyalty to your old thinking. But you can't you really can't let that stunt your growth, like your mental growth, because at the end of the day, we all have to live for other people, but we have to do for ourselves. So when I say live for other people, I mean doing for others and really like being selfless and really like giving. But even in that, like you have to also live for yourself in the sense of you can't help the next person unless you are open-minded about, learning and unlearning things that possibly could have been backwards thinking, and just, being open and honest about what is the truth, what can I take from this. And that's one thing I'm constantly learning is that the more I learn, the more I realize like I don't know anything. Like you get back to that, you kind of get back to square one. It's like, man, the more I learn out, like through whether it's through experience or whether it's through education, or you find another there's just another pit of things to learn. Like, so you kind of realize, man, like I'm not going to scratch the surface of, and I'm really enthusiastic about, I love learning, like love hearing, just different talking points and seeing different people from, just different perspectives. I would say is something that is, we see hemp built America, rice fed it, cotton got it paid, and we cultivated. That's true. America isn't owed to this country, racist past.
Yes. Yeah, and just like you said, like, I mean, they were already harvesting hemp in early Americas. Like that was like the first thing that they were cultivating before cotton. So, that's, you can make so many different things out of it. And so, it's funny, you were just talking about like, when you get on a roller coaster and you're afraid, and then after you get on, it's like, okay, let's do it again. That immediately made me think of, for our wedding anniversary this year, we actually went to we have like a little water park that's maybe about 30 minutes from our house, and I am just such a big chicken, you guys have no idea. Like I just am always like, no, I don't think I like that, so that I can't even get mad at our kids because they get it honestly. So but anyway, so Tariq was like, let's go on this water slide. We just do it one time, and if you don't like it, we won't do it again. And so I was like, okay. And so we actually rode down together because they had these like double tubes like stuck together. And we immediately went back for the second time because it was so much fun. And so I just think you're right. Like when you kind of break the ice and you at least try it, then you're like, okay, let me take that gummy for the second night because I got such good sleep or whatever, it helped with my, feelings or, anxiety or pain or whatever. So yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I think how I got you was, there was this older woman who rode down it, and she could barely walk, guys. I mean, she was not getting around that great. And she went down the slide. You could hear her hollering and screaming across the whole way down. I'm thinking, what is that slide doing to where she got no business screaming like that on no slide, And then I went down it and I screamed a little bit. I kind of I understood why she was. I didn't scream a lot. I screamed a little bit.
Yeah, it was probably one of the funnest things I've ever rode.
Maybe like like that was it.
No, it was like oh gosh, that's hilarious.
Wakana has some of the best professional development I have ever seen. And I've definitely witnessed so much growth in so many people, like even of all ages. Like sometimes, like I often am coming across somebody who maybe this is the first time for them, and maybe they're older, maybe they're in their 70s, and this is something completely new. Maybe they worked blue collar their whole life. They've never really been into the sales or anything like that. And it's kind of like sometimes they can start off with the mindset like, man, I don't know if I can really do it. And I've seen them walk into it and grow into it and really just blow their minds just from being consistent. And
it's definitely a thought process, like self-limiting, like if you put limitations on yourself, then you're not going to be as successful. But if you kind of remove that fear or whatever, like there's so much that you can do Yeah, so I feel like whether that's even like customer or distributor, you know, like building your own business, I feel like that takes, you know, like I went to nursing school. I don't know like anything really about business. Like it completely is like a totally different language. Like, and it's like the same. I mean, I know like it's maybe not exactly, but like when you go like to your tax person, like, you know, we have somebody do our taxes, and like the IRS one year I did my own taxes, and they were like sending me like mail about how I messed up and I owed them money. And so I was like, I gotta go get somebody that knows what they're doing, because I'm reading this and none of it makes sense. Like I don't understand the words. And so yeah, so I went to a tax person and I didn't do anything wrong. They were wrong. So I felt good about that. But just in saying that, like some of that lingo, you know, is like, I don't know what you're saying. And I understand too, like when we went to nursing school, they talked a lot about that. Like when you're talking to your patients, right, you need to use different language because, you know, some of them might be familiar with it, but some of them might not, you know, if you have no background in it. So, and that's not to say anything, you know, knowledge based, but we become very like knowledgeable about the things that we're doing, you know, and if we aren't doing them, then we kind of are a little bit more clueless.
That's true.
And so I think it's also great, like there's a lot of resources in Wakanda to like give you so you can like get up and going, you know.
It's true. That is true. I like this. Yep, the Constitution was made from hemp. Translation: we put what kind of flour in it and puff. And you know, and that's phenomenal because for how long have we learned about the Constitution? I believe in like first, second grade, and never once did they mention that it was actually made from hemp. I just kind of feel like that's something interesting to leave out, you know, just like one of the earliest Bible, I believe the original King James Bible was made from him too.
Wow.
So it's just crazy, like when you like kind of know things and you can kind of, and it's interesting. It's brilliant to actually help familiarize people with it by relating it to things that they always kind of knew about. Like, listen, you know about the Constitution. You read the Bible, but guess what? The Constitution, your first Bible, it was made from him. You know, it wasn't that bad. It couldn't have been. And you have
I wonder if I can get a Bible now made out of him.
You probably could. Probably
I'm
order
have to
one.
Look that up. I just
you
think
have
it'd be
to
cool.
have an open mind to change. Jesus was a stoner. That's funny.
That is funny. You know, I'm reading this book called You Are a Badass, and the whole idea of the book so far, I'm a few chapters in, but like Tammy had put, like you have to have an open mind to change. I mean, what can really come from if you're closed-minded, you know, like then you, like we said earlier, like you limit yourself.
Yeah.
And this is not a place for limitations, right? I feel like sky really is the limit, you know. When we talk about these 4 founders, if they would have had, you know, and they kind of will talk about that, like when they first initially heard about CBD and cannabis, like it's like, no, you know, like that's not good for you, you know what I mean? Like, because you don't really know, but it's their openness to learn about something. And then it was sky's the limit, right? Because there was no limitation. Let's take this as far as it can go. And so it definitely is it. When you look at successful people, they are successful because they didn't think without limitations. I mean, I just think about things like, okay, Wakanda is growing exceptional. Let's look at other things that have grown exceptionally, like Amazon started with books, you know, now you can get things in 2 days shipping. And if you live somewhere that's actually somewhere, you can get it that night, you know, you know, and like you just look at all these different companies, even, you know, you think of Walmart and Target, you know, and, you know, with the pandemic, you know, with curbside pickup and, you know, like they pack your own groceries, like it took like thinking and not being like limited.
Right.
Yeah. So I just think that's really powerful. I'm waiting for the day that I come up with a very exceptional idea. Yeah. But anyway, I'll just keep my brain going.
It's funny. And I've came up with some cool ideas, but the thing is like you gotta some of the ideas I had, you gotta have money to put them, like money, like, you know what I'm saying? You can't just be like a Joe Schmo with a good idea, because then some Joe Schmo with a bunch of money is gonna just take your good.
You're gonna have a bunch of money. You'll be able to use your good ideas and your big money bags.
I sure hope so.
No, this is too funny. So
what is it?
He said,
Shark Tank, here he comes.
So Lewis said, Jesus, okay, so he was a carpenter. That's a labor intensive job. He had to decompress. That's
a good argument.
Yes, he needed to relax, guys.
Shark Tank here. That's funny though. Shark Tank.
Yeah, that'd be cool if you were on Shark Tank.
Yeah.
And those people ain't got really no money. They just come up with a really good idea and product. And I saw a girl with socks go on there, and they're like knee-high socks, and they had a pocket, and you could put a phone in, because I guess kids like to put their phone in their socks. And they took her idea. I was like, okay, see, so
I never even thought about putting my phone in my sock, but I guess it's a different generation.
Well, their pants don't have pockets. I don't know. Oh gosh.
To each his own.
I think I'm funnier than what I am, but I think that's hilarious. So and with this TBD market growing, sky's the limit for you, Turk.
Yeah.
You gotta just come up with a good idea, good plan.
Yeah.
Make it happen.
Yeah, I got a few. So maybe one of these days we'll see at least one of them come into,
Hey, it only takes one, right?
Right.
It takes one real good idea. So
that's true. You want to talk about this wheel right here?
Yeah, we always talk about how Wakana is in so many departments of like sales. Like we can hit so many different things. And I also think that's part of the open-mindedness. Like, some people are like, we have to be real specific about what your product is, right? Because you got to be the best of the best. But Wakana is like, well, we are in the CBD realm, right? But we've given you a lot of multiple branches so that there is so much you can do. You can talk to people that are in hair. You can talk to people that are all about skin. You can talk to people that are really interested about losing weight or getting healthy. And then, CBD has its all own with the different salves that we have for pain and all those different things. Like, so there's not really anybody. I feel like, who could you even talk to, honestly, that could be honest and say, I don't need any skincare. I don't need any hair care. Like, then you don't wash your hair,
Well, I don't need essential oil. I don't need to lose any weight. I don't need to eat a little healthier. I don't need nothing. Like, I don't need to calm down.
You ain't got no pain.
Yeah, I don't wash my vegetables. I don't need hand sanitizer. Like, they had to just be a hater. I mean, that's the only explanation. Like, there's nothing I got. You need. You just a hater at the end of the day.
Like, forget it. Moving on.
Because there's something here you're gonna use, and you're gonna go to Walmart and buy it from somebody who's gonna, they're making billions and billions of dollars. Like, this is going into people's household. So that's just the beautiful thing about being a small business and having a small business is just the impact that you can make and just the amount of support that you'd be surprised. Like, some people are looking for people like us to support, people who are the quote unquote underdog and whatnot. And I say underdog because we're underestimated, but at the end of the day, our potential is definitely like the sky. Literally, the sky's the limit for me, because I've seen so many people that started off kind of not really knowing what to expect, and then they just kind of hit the ground running, and then some of the people that won trips to Jamaica, they were kind of like, I didn't even know for sure. Like, I know I wanted to go, but I didn't know if that was possible.
They're shocked.
Yeah, like some people won trips to Jamaica, and this was their first time being in business. So that is powerful. Like, with the changing attitude about hemp, you'll flourish. That's true. It is the education is out there, and now it's like people are literally more and more people are open and looking for what we have,
like alternative,
Mm-hmm.
or even, you know, we talk sometimes about like even the use of like opioids in conjunction with CBD, like it makes the opioids work better. So when you're talking to somebody who is dealing with a lot of pain, but maybe they're worried about opioid addiction, which is a very reasonable thing to be worried about, because we're definitely in a time where opioid addiction is awful. And so it's just kind of good to be able to, like, for temporary use, you know, like, and you can use the CBD to give you kind of better results, well, whatever it is, post surgery or something. Or, you know, even altogether, some people get complete relief, you know, with the salves and stuff, like if it's like joint related pain or and you know, it's like the thing about the company is, even though it's just started with the CBD, like it is really cool that they incorporated like lifestyle, because, you know, 80% of diseases are related to our lifestyle. So that ultimately gives us so much power over some of these things that we're going through. Like if we can use certain products or eat a certain diet, like we can see that our lifestyle improves, you know? And so, I mean, like the number one killer in America is heart disease. And when we talk about like high cholesterol, it's a diet related thing. Some people do make, let's say they have high cholesterol without eating meat. That is possible, because we do make some of our own cholesterol. But the fact is like, majority of the people that have heart disease are also eating such a high fat inflammatory diet. And so I just think that that's awesome, because you're giving a product that has anti-inflammatory, like we can see here, it has anti-inflammatory properties, but then you're bringing in the lifestyle changes too, which also helps with the anti-inflammatory process, the, let's say, cholesterol, you know, that plaque buildup, all that type of stuff. So I don't know, it's just, to me, it's like a really powerful combination. And sometimes, you know, with like coaching people and stuff, like you realize that there is like a disconnect between like your whatever disease process is happening and what possibly like lifestyle changes could help, you know, like reduce that or eliminate it. You know, we're talking about diabetes, and we talk about this in the car all the time. Sometimes like, you know, doctors want to tell you about things that are genetic, and obviously that is a big factor, you know, like, let's say your mom's, all her families had heart disease and all these different things. So we can say it's genetic, but we also do have to look at the lifestyle. Like if you're living the same lifestyle that your family has lived, and you're now suffering from the same diseases, yes, there is some genetic predisposition, but it's probably also still lifestyle related, because they've seen where you can turn genes on and off again. So anyway, sorry, that was my rant, but I just think that it's like totally awesome that I feel like we're getting somewhere with that.
Oh, it is. That wasn't a rant, that was an education. Teachers don't get up and teach and then say, hey, all right, class, I'm sorry for the rant. Like,
oh, I've had some teachers like that. They go
really?
off a little thing,
Oh,
you know.
okay.
It wasn't on their note cards, you know. So it wasn't on the note cards. Anyway. But
That's
anyway,
funny.
so I did send out some of the bingo cards. I sent it to Tammy and Cherie. I sent your guys's, and Louise, I sent yours too. So if anybody else is interested in doing our next week bingo, which I hope that you do, because I think that we'll have like a really good time, and I'm already looking forward to it. So so anyway, so we'll let you guys know officially what our prizes will be, and then we look forward to seeing you guys.
Yeah, definitely.
Like I am like cannot wait. Like I'm already like thinking about all the things I just want to do, because I like just love having fun, you guys. So any opportunity that I can like plan something, like
Yeah.
I'm definitely happy.
I'm definitely looking forward to it too. Yeah, so it's like we said, anybody that wants to, they need that bingo card, just shoot us an email at support@Wakana. And same thing for any guests that you may have. Let them know that, we're gonna be doing bingo, come out and have fun. And yeah, we'll take it from here. So I hope you all have how many games will you play?
Oh, I sent out 2 bingo cards. So I guess we could plan for 2.
Plan for 2? Okay. 2 or
What do you think?
well, because it's not necessarily if you have 2 bingo cards, that could
Well, you
be
could play them, I guess I get what you're saying. Like you could play them at the same time.
right.
Or you could play so that's something we need to think about.
Yeah.
How we have an hour, so that's part of it too. Like what if we run through both games and we still have a half an hour left?
Right. At least 2 games for sure. I know that because
if we decide to do more than 2 games, then we'll make sure that we'll send you extra bingo cards.
Yeah.
So and then we'll just let that be. So I kind of wrote down the bingo cards I had already sent you guys. So if we send you more, then I'll just send you like the same kind of email, and I'll just send you all of the links with the extra bingo cards if we decide to do extra.
Okay.
So
that works. It works. So yeah, I hope you guys all have a fantastic rest of your week. You use the same card? No, right? Because they'll have 2 different cards, right?
Yeah, so let's do 1 card per game and no reusing cards.
Right. Okay.
I guess that would be fair.
Yeah.
And then if we decide to do a 3 or 4 games, we'll just send you out
the next card.
Yeah,
okay.
The 3 or 4.
That makes sense.
But I guess what would help is that the more people that we know will come, that'll kind of also help too.
Yeah, I definitely like by the time we get a roundabout number, like for sure, if we know we're gonna have 5 people, 10, then we'll definitely be able to figure out how to for sure. In which
this will be the first time we've ever done this. This will be the first annual Sharon and Tariq bingo.
Definitely.
So it might not be perfect, but we're gonna try our best and we're gonna have a good time doing it.
For sure.
So you guys will be our guinea pigs for this. If it is successful, then we'll have to do it again.
Yeah, for sure.
So
and then hopefully by Tuesday, if anybody that is participating, if they could have their email sent in, that way we can get you guys the card sent out by then. So
and then we can decide too.
Yep, then we'll be able to decide how many we need by then. So Tuesday will be fantastic. So we are, let's see, just a few minutes over here, but I thank you guys for sticking with us. I know over there on the East Coast, I know it's kind of late. It's a little bit after 10. I know some of y'all may be going to bed soon. I know we are. It's 9 o'clock here, but I'm tired. It's been a long day.
I gotta work, so I gotta stay up a little bit.
It's true. It's true. So you guys all have a phenomenal week. We will see you all next week.
See ya.
Yep. Love you guys.
Good night. Thank you.
Yes. Good night. Thank you. I'm really excited about I can't wait till the bingo. Oh, how to end it.